What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. I hope everybody had a lovely day, and I hope everybody is ready to kill it because we have such a glorious setup that is forming for us. So let's get into said setup that is forming for us. All right, so we're going to kick it off with SPX because this is right here. This is really all that matters right now. All right, well, it's not all that matters, but it's a very big part of it. Guys, we're right back here at our trend line. All right, I know you guys know this. I know it's hey, I'm reiterating the fact that we are right here at this trend line, and that's because, hey guys, this has provided the most perfect short entry just last August. All right, and if you guys don't know how far we fell, I want to say it was around 20%. It was around 20%. It was we fell 19% from there. We were to fall 19% from this trend line, we were going to come all the way down to, holy crap, just where, if we come over to SPY, where I have this, let's come over here, let's bring on the levels right there at that 338.25 level right there. All right, so enough SPX. We will just dive into the normal technicals. What we cover here on this channel is SPY, QQQ, and VIX every single day. All right, and yes, the consistent updates on here on YouTube, they're coming back. All right, they are back because the transition period is now, we're in the clear. All right, we're in the clear. All right, so we're gonna actually start off with VIX today. We're gonna go over VIX, all right, because that is you know, that really is at the center of attention here is this really does pretty much represent, there's so many things representing what is about to take place. All right, you have SPY's chart. Like I showed SPY's chart to someone yesterday, and I showed them this, and I said, does this, like you don't know anything about charts, where does this thing look like it's gonna go? She said down. All right, and then I showed them VIX. I showed her VIX, and I said, where do you think this thing looks like it's going to go? Shut up. All right. This is someone who literally does not look at charts. She doesn't know anything about charts, not in the market, like she doesn't know anything about the market. All right. And she even thinks, like, hey, it's clear as day, guys. Like, this thing very clearly is about to cycle back up, while S&P 500 SPY over here cycles back down. It is clear as day. Now, I will say you do have inclining volume here, but in the grand scheme of things, you actually, in the grand scheme of things, you actually do not have this inclining volume yet. You are still rising off of declining volume, which is that should be noted. All right, because again, it's all tying into this setup. All right, so let's go over VIX. All right, so we have this bullish divergence here on VIX that is forming. All right, right here. It doesn't look like it's finished yet. And we're going to go over the lower time frames on SPY and QQQ because they suggest the same thing, that VIX is probably going to make it's going to go a little bit lower, and the S&P 500 is going to go a little bit higher. The market's going to go a little bit higher. But yeah, all right. You have that bullish divergence there. You have your stochastics looking like they're going to be crossing up. But again, we're just going to be checking out the technicals over here on SPY and QQQ because VIX has been so heavily manipulated, and yeah, I mean, it's just that. Like, this is, VIX literally moves off of selling calls and puts. And by the way, actually, something I want to mention right now is, guys, I saw VIX rising yesterday. So we can actually pull up, I don't remember where it was, but I literally pulled the trigger because I, like, literally, this is why. This is, I saw this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. All right, over here. I swear there was a time. It was probably somewhere over here. Here, right here, right here. Where was VIX rising? Was it right here? This, oh, it was literally down here. Was it? I don't even know, guys. There was a spot, like I literally saw VIX start spiking while the S&P 500 was rising. And I was like, oh, someone's selling the rally. That's when I started accumulating my puts. Also right there at the 200 MA. Like I told you guys, like the past 1 to 2 weeks, I've been preparing you guys strictly for this setup. Maybe it's been 3 weeks at this point. I don't even know. But like straight up, this setup has been forming for quite some time, and I don't think it is in anybody's best interest to be long right now, because this is literally the exact setup we have been waiting for, and it's now here right in front of our face. We have the most perfect short entry, and again, I don't think it should be taken for granted. Okay, it's got to be taken advantage of. Now, I do want to point out the SPX. Yeah, you literally came up and hit this. You formed this topping tail, this topping doji here. right at the trend line. Now, I don't know if you're going to end up closing above this, but if I had to guess, you're probably not. The dealers are not going to let you close above that. But again, anything can happen. All right, anything can happen. All right, so let's actually take TQQ off. And now let's just go over SPY and QQQ. All right, so obviously you got this doji candlestick, which just represents indecision. All right, so the market's just at a standstill. I also did just read a tweet that I think it was a Fed official Evans or something like that just retired. Maybe that's a bad sign. Maybe he's like, oh well, guys, we're screwed. I'm gonna retire. I don't know. That's what happens with failing companies. The CEOs start retiring and stuff, and that's when they shortly go under. So I'm not saying some crazy thing is gonna happen here where we get rug pulled, but the setup is definitely there for that to take place. All right, you do have the price action just sitting here in your golden pocket, just like we were here, And as you see, we didn't get to the top of the golden pocket either of these times. But where are we right now? We're pretty close to this golden pocket, to the top of the golden pocket. Now, what the golden pocket represents is if you get over there, you have a chance of going higher. All right, you have a chance of that trend reversal. All right, or that's at least how I've looked at the golden pocket since I started including it in my charting, which probably a few months ago. But yeah, if you break the golden pocket, guys, trend reversal. But at the same time, you would be breaking it with these oscillators doing what they're doing, being all the way up here. With, again, the VIX weekly setup, just looking how it is, and the SPY weekly setup looking how it is. And then you got Mr. Dow Jones Industrial Average, and that's rough, all right? That is real rough. You're literally rolling over. And as you see last time, there was no fake out. You topped and then you just fell for weeks on end. All right, but yeah, let's resume with the daily charts. All right, you have your doji right there. You do not have inclining volume, but then again, are you really gonna have a shot at beating this volume? No, not a chance. All right, you had CPI that was similar volume right here. There's not a chance you're beating that volume, so it doesn't even matter. All right, but you did pass your 200 MA. Technically, it looks like you flipped your 200 MA, but don't get too bullish, right? You know what? Not too bullish. Don't get bullish. All right. That's my warning. Don't get bullish up here. Just do not. Personal opinion right there. All right. But yeah, you have your CCI hinging up. You have your stochastic about to cross down though, and you have your RSI just going flat right now. And we switch over to QQQ. You have the same exact picture. You have your CCI going through the sell line, the sell momentum line up here. The overbought line, whatever you want to refer to it as, you are going through it right there, and you have your stochastic ready to cross down there, and your RSI is hinged. All right, just saying, guys, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do know something is going to happen within the next few trading sessions. Now that we're up here, I have no idea what news is going to cause that. Someone had asked, I think it was in the Webull comments, someone had asked what I think is going to, or they said I didn't mention PCE. First of all, I want to say, I am a human being. I forget things, all right? I literally do the same exact analysis each and every night. If I forget, like, a news catalyst, who cares? The charts are there, all right? But my response was I didn't need to because the charts told us what is going to be taking place. We had the PCE today, and then we have non-farm payrolls tomorrow. I don't care what catalyst brings us down. I look at things as like very black and white. All right. If the chart's just saying something, some news catalyst is going to come out. The charts predict the news. I'm a firm believer in that. I have plenty of proof of concept of that here on the channel. And if you want to go to the Webull updates for some more proof of concept that you can literally just, hey, look at my projection and then look at the next day's price action, go over there and check it out. It's kind of fascinating. All right. But yeah, let's go over the 4-hour time frames because that is really what I am looking at. I don't really care about the daily time frame because you've had the same exact thing going on for quite some time. Now, I will also say right now, something I just failed to mention, you have a bearish divergence going on QQQ, and you also have the same exact thing going on SPY. And then you come over to DIA, and I believe we had the triple bearish divergence. Oh, holy crap. We have 1-pointed divergence, 2-pointed divergence, 3-pointed divergence, 4, 5, holy quintuple bearish divergence on the Dow. That is rough. All right, that is very rough. And I mentioned this in yesterday's video. We have a bullish divergence forming on the dollar when the dollar rises. you know, the market falls. All right. Typically, that's what happens. All right. Typically, but don't quote me. But yeah, let's look at the 4-hour charts, because that really is the next thing that or the only thing that we really can rely on right now for at least price action over the next few trading sessions. Because the daily is just, you know, it's doing this. It's been carving out a bearish divergence for quite some time. It can continue doing that, but I like to watch the 4-hour time frame. All right, and the 1 hour. They do a very good job at being my bread and butter for predicting the news, or not predicting the news. Well, that too, but just projecting future price action in the short term. All right. Right now, I do want to say you are forming a bearish divergence. You got one going on with this candlestick right here. But it does look like you are going to be going back up and forming that bearish divergence, just like we had over here, all right, where you kept going up there. It looks like you have something like that in the works. But, I mean, hey, guys, history never repeats itself. It just rhymes. I'll say right now, this is rhyming with this. It's rhyming with this. It's rhyming with all of these, all right? Even if it's not a massive sell-off, we have a little sell-off to be watching, all right? And I will be here to update you guys like, hey, like I told you guys over here. We were in puts. Well, at least I was calling on puts. And I told you guys I was exiting those puts because before the news catalyst, because hey guys, even though everyone's like hella bearish for this, and it makes sense that like, hey, Powell's about to throw a wet blanket on the thing, and he's about to put water on the fire. The charts weren't telling me that was going to take place at all. The charts were saying it was going to be bullish, and I was not going to get my face ripped off. Okay. And that's just what you got to do, guys. Okay. Just keep the emotions out of it. When the charts tell you to do something, do it and don't question it. And then like, hey, just wait for the next setup. I currently am like, I'm in the next setup, but I'm also, I'm willing to add more puts if we do end up rising another day or two. Now where would the level I would be doing that? I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I don't know. All right. I have no idea. All right, there really isn't a specific level. I guess we could now look to QQQ. I don't think you're going to be filling this gap, but there's a chance you come up here to the 300 mark, up here and tap this trend line. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but we could look over at Apple. Apple also, oh, Apple's nowhere close to its thing. Never mind. Apple's died and fell off a cliff. Last time SPY was at its trend line, Apple was also at its trend line. I just figured it would be somewhere. It would be a similar scenario, but it's not. All right, so that's that. So yeah, come on over to the 4-hour time frame. It's the same exact thing we got over here, guys. The same reason I was the charts were telling me to be bullish over here and not bearish. It's the same reason we're bearish now and not bullish. All right, anybody who is turning bullish, I'm telling you guys around, it is like, not going to say anything is a guarantee, but yeah, you guys see exactly what I am displaying here, which is like, hey, there are no bullish factors to anything here. There's not. In terms of charts, there's nothing bullish. All right, there's not a single thing. When we were down here and your boy was shorting the literal bottom over here because of his bearish bias, all right, and is like pretty much the opposite mentality of what I have been doing to pretty much not only make that money back, but also like consistently make gains, like straight up. That's really all I care about. I fully acknowledge that the skill set is a money printer. Like it is, like straight up, it consistently will bring in money as long as I don't gamble, as long as I don't sit there over trading, as long as I only take these type of setups. I got to, like, someone left a Webull comment yesterday, and it was like starting to lose hope or something like that. And I literally, I responded with this, like, why didn't you take the 50% plus gains? Like, straight up, you could have gotten a better entry than me and maybe got like 70, 80% gains. But like, I got to sell for over 50% gains literally the day before this happened. And like, that's sexy. I literally took half. I sold half here. I sold half, like, pretty much at the bottom of that candlestick. It was sexy, all right? When the charts are telling you stuff, why would you ignore them? I'm literally, like, I'm doing everything I possibly can here to pretty much ensure everyone's success without actually giving a subscription where on the spot you get trade alerts and you don't have to do any work anymore. But like, all in all, guys, at least with the daily Webull updates, I mean, here on the YouTube, yeah, I literally tell you exactly where we're going. But over on the Webull update, it's clear as day for everybody every single day. And when a trade comes along, I comment on that trade, and I also, like, you know, I talk about when I'm taking profits on it too, and then re-adding. I just got to re-add back on SPY with better puts, guys. I'm now in 275 December 30 QQQ puts along with the 280 puts. So, and I think I have like one or two 285s. I don't really know why I bought those. All done from the Dogtopia bathroom. So, it's just been so fun, guys. It has been such a joy to my life. It is really just, I don't know. It's been something that has really just uplifted my mood throughout the rest of my day. And for that, I am so beyond thankful. All right. And I hope you guys are thankful for things. All right. Because we got to be thankful. Because if we're not sitting there trying to find things to be thankful of, we're going to sit there trying to find things to be salty about. All right. And that's not what any of us want. Okay. Happiness isn't really a thing. It's the pursuit of happiness. But I can promise you right now, no one's going to be happy if they're sitting there complaining about things or looking for, like, subconsciously looking for things to be salty about. All right. So be thankful. All right. I'm thankful. I forget that a lot of times, but very thankful for the life I have. But yeah, guys. All right. So yeah, you guys know the setup. Your 4-hour chart is suggesting you are going to be coming down soon, but keep in mind, it could do something like this where we end up forming a more well carved out, more defined, for our bearish divergence here. But now we come over to the 1-hour chart, and this is why I really do think, we are probably going to go a little further up, but again, I have no crystal ball, so I have no idea. But yeah, you have your 1-hour CCI right here, and it just, like, personally to me, like, when I've seen this in the past where it just shoots up like that, it normally comes around like that, and it'll form something like that, like a bearish divergence, and it'll just keep carving out. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but as you saw right here, you do the same exact thing. So I am going to be watching the 1-hour CCI for a bearish divergence to form. And if I see that, and by the way, this is a bearish divergence right here between there and there. I guess you do have that little point right there, but it does look like you are going to be going back up. So I will be watching for the next point of divergence here on the CCI on the 1-hour chart on Q. This is SPY. We could do the same thing. I'm trading QQ, so I'll probably be watching QQ. And that is when I will be adding the last of my puts. And I mean, I'm fully established right now. I am 100% in my puts, but I will add more. All right. I will add a slight amount more if we do end up, if I do see the setup that I desire. All right, guys. All right. So I think we covered everything. We can, quickly, oh, by the way, IWM broke its trend line. I told you guys, I didn't think that would be happening. It happened. All right. It happened with yesterday's absolute crazy day. But again, you got this massive bearish divergence forming. You have a triple, quadruple. I think this would be a quadruple bearish divergence forming. Oh, actually, never. You didn't come up and make that high there. So I guess we still have the normal triple bearish divergence. Either way, guys, there's nothing bullish about these charts is what I'm getting at. That's what the whole video is about. There's nothing bullish about the charts. All right, I'm telling you guys that you can keep going up, and I'm just saying, guys, a lot of people are going to be flipping bearish just like I am, or not flipping bearish, but they were getting ready for this perfect setup. So, I mean, guys, yeah, dealers can short squeeze the crap out of some people before they bring it down, cause them more pain. And that's why I'm an advocate for entering in intervals, because you never know when, I mean, maybe you get the perfect entry with half of your position and then you tank. All right, worst case scenario, you still got half of the gains of your desired gains. All right, but say you entered your full position and it kept rising. What the hell do you do now? You don't have money to average down, or maybe you do have money, but you weren't planning on being that heavy in it. And then all of a sudden you're all in puts or calls, whatever, like, it depends on the scenario. But I'm just saying, guys, it is very wise to avoid that scenario. I don't recommend anybody set themselves up for that scenario. So please do yourself a favor and plan your trades, be patient for your trades, and stick to your plan. All right. Stick to your desired amount, your desired position sizing, and desired entry. All right. With that being said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.